Well, we are back with the reigning queen of rock and roll, Lita Ford, whose brand new live album, The Bitch Is Back Live, is a blistering set of classic hits mixed in with some of the new gems. Great, great album. Lita, welcome back to Psycho Babble.
Thank you.
Good to have you here. Now, The Bitch Is Back. I understand you talked to Elton about recording his song. Is that true?
I did.
What did he have to say about that?
Did. Elton John, what a wonderful man.
Okay. And a bitch in his own right.
Yeah, well, that's what he said to me.
Yeah.
I went backstage at a Fort Lauderdale show he played, and this was right before Living Like a Runaway came out.
Okay.
So I went backstage and I said, we had emailed him The Bitch Is Back. So his tour manager had heard the song and wrote us back, that's one rockin' version of The Bitch Is Back. So I thought, cool, okay, they like the song. I'm gonna go backstage and talk to Sir Elton John. And they actually held the show for us because we got stuck in pre-show traffic.
Okay.
They held the show for us. We went backstage just moments before he went on stage. I was the only one backstage. And I walked into this beautiful dressing room that he had decorated all in red velvet. It was gorgeous, candles and incense, and I plopped down my purse and I was exhausted from the traffic and trying to race into the show and get there in time, and the curtains open and out comes this beautiful jacket all in rhinestones, and it says "Fantastic" across the back of his jacket. And I gave Elton John a hug and I said, "Thank you for letting me do The Bitch Is Back." And he said, "That's my song, you know." And I said, "Yes, I know, it is your song." And I said, "Thank you very much for letting me do it." And he said, "Thank you for doing my song."
Oh, cool.
So I thought, oh, it's wonderful. I got his blessings.
Yeah, to get approval from the king, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Now the live album, I'm listening to it, really enjoying it. The first thing that struck me was how well the new material blends with the classic hits, because it's all straight ahead rock and roll. You're fortunate that you didn't get caught up in a lot of trends, like there's no Lita Ford disco single, or when when the new wave people were all singing in that weird warbly voice thing. You know, you don't have to go back and revisit any of that shit.
Yeah,
your stuff is kind of timeless.
I'm blessed.
You are. And now there's a song on there, "You Can't Catch Me," that you wrote with Lemmy.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about that creative process and what was involved?
Well, Lemmy and I had met at the Rainbow. We'd known each other prior to this writing of Can't Catch Me, and we met at the Rainbow, and we had a few drinks.
No.
And yeah, and other stuff.
Yeah.
And we rolled down the hill to his apartment.
Nice.
His apartment is maybe 2-3 blocks from the Rainbow. It is literally walking distance, rolling distance. So if you get too fucked up at the Rainbow, you know. But and we ended up there writing and recording for about 3 days, and we just partied and had a good time, and ended up writing this beautiful song, you know, rockin' song, I should say.
Rockin'. And your enthusiasm comes across in the live performance. You still enjoy playing these hits, and that the classics, the "Close Your Eyes" and "Kiss Me Deadly," those things, they sound brand new again. So
Thanks.
you're still digging it.
Oh,
obviously.
I love my band.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We should mention your band, Mitch Perry on guitar, Marty O'Brien on bass.
Yes.
And you got a couple of guys on drums on the live album, am I correct about that?
Well, Scott Coogan played drums on the live album, but he left the band soon after that. And Bobby Rock replaced him, and Bobby Rock is awesome. He's a godsend.
Yeah.
So I love my band. They're just the best.
Well, the new album is great, but let's do a little backtracking here for some of the kids who might not have done their homework. Rock and roll history. Lita started out as a teenager in a band called the Runaways in California in the 70s. Now, the Runaways made a huge splash, broke up, and then you went on to solo success. recently you've reacquainted yourself with the singer Cherie Currie,
Yeah.
and it seems like you guys are better friends than ever these days. Is that accurate?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Cherie and I have bonded really for the first time.
Yeah.
And even though we were in the Runaways together, Joan and Cherie were good friends, and then I was good friends with the other girls in the band, and we kind of went our separate ways during the Runaways, and we were just teenagers. We were just really finding ourselves as human beings.
Yeah.
And now we both can relate to each other because Cherie has a beautiful son, and I have two beautiful sons. And we relate on a mom level.
Oh, cool.
And having had the Runaways in our past, it's wonderful to have her back in my life, and I love her dearly.
Well, and musical matters aside, if I were advising teenage girls on how to stay beautiful well into their later years, I would advise them to get into a rock and roll band and experience as much debauchery as you can early on. It's crazy. It's just nuts.
Thanks.
And a new album and a tour in the works for 2014, is that?
Definitely.
Okay, cool.
Definitely.
You know, again, for those who are not familiar with the Lita Ford story, you were on hiatus for an extended period of time while you raised your children. You took a break, and maybe it's a good thing you did, because you're coming back and hitting it like a new artist. You know, what's the old saying, how can I miss you if you won't go away? Well, you went away, we missed you, you're back, and you're hitting it harder than ever. It's like you're revitalized, and the music shows it. So
I really have.
Well, we enjoy listening to it.
Thank you.
Check out Lita Ford online. Check out The Bitch Is Back live. Keep looking for new material. She's kicking it hard.
Yeah.